Hello everyone, my name is Akerele Oluwashogo. I'm your Microsoft Excel and Power BI trainer at LeadLib Data Analytics School. This morning I'm going to teach you how to use DAX in Excel. How to use DAX in Excel. And what is the DAX? DAX means Data Analysis Expression. DAX means Data Analysis Expression, and it's a program language that is used throughout Microsoft Power BI for creating calculated columns, measures, custom table. DAX is used for creating calculated columns, measures, and custom table. It is a collection of functions, operators, and constants that can be used in the formula or expression to calculate and return one or more values. You can use DAX to solve a number of calculation and data analysis problems, which can help you to create new information from data that is already in your model. So DAX is just a programming language that is used throughout the Microsoft Power BI. There's some DAX you need to know as a data analyst, which I'm going to walk you through how to use it in this video. If you look at my Power BI, this is our Power BI interface. You can see I've already loaded my data in the Power BI, and the name of my data is called sales data. Under the sales data, I have my customer column, the date of the transaction, I have the item price, number of items sold, product, region, revenue, and the salesperson. For example, let's say I want to know the revenue for a particular region. Let's assume I want to know the revenue for the Northeast. I want to know what is the total revenue for Northeast only. I'm going to use a DAX called calculate. These are to bring out your DAX. If you are bringing out your DAX, you can go through your view selector and click on the data view. Under the data view, when your data is active, you go to your tab ribbons and you will see a tab called Table Tools. And why is it bring out the Table Tools tab? Is because your sales data table is activated. Under the Table Tools, you will see a group called Calculations. Under the Calculation group, you click on New Method. When you click on the New Method, it will bring out the formula bar for the Power BI. So you are going to rename your method. You delete what you have here and type the name of the method. The name of my method will be revenue for Northeast. That's the name of my method. Revenue for Northeast. My space bar, and I will type my equal symbol. So I'm going to use a DAX called calculate. That's the name of the DAX I'm using to calculate the revenue for the Northeast. I'll open the calculate. The first argument for the calculate DAX is the expression. So how did I get the sum of the revenue? I will bring out another DAX called sum. You open the sum. The first argument for the sum is the column name. So in Power BI, we don't make reference to a cell. We make reference to a row or a column in the Power BI. So if you look at the Power BI, and if you look at the column, if you look at the argument now, it's asking for the column name. And you can see that we have sales data customer, sales data date. The name of the workbook is called sales data, and the column is in the parentheses, and we are looking for the revenue column. So you go and click on sales data revenue, because that's the column that you want to aggregate. So once you have supplied the argument, you close the bracket for the sum DAX. You now press your comma. When you press your comma, it's back to the calculate now, and it will now take you to the next argument, which is the filter one. You can see I'm not looking for the whole total of the revenue. I'm only looking for the revenue for the Northeast. I will now look at I will go to sales data region, because that's the column I'm looking about. That's the column I'm looking for. revenue for region. So I'm not looking for all the regions. When I pick sales data region, I will type my equal symbol. In a double quotation mark, I will type Northeast double quotation mark. Let me run through the formula. What I've done here is that I'm telling the formula to calculate sum of all the revenue for the region, but focus pick the Northeast for me. Calculate some of the revenue for the region just for Northeast only. That is why Northeast is being quoted. So what I need to do is to hit the enter button. Just press your enter. Press your enter button. When you press your enter, if you look under your data, you can see a new column have been added, which is called revenue for Northeast. Adding a DAX, you can see the icon in front of the column like a calculator icon. That shows that that is a DAX. Let's go back to our report view. Under the report view, let's go and text how our DAX is working. So I will drag my Northeast into the canvas. Let me drag the Northeast into the canvas. You can see it's showing me in a column chart, and I will change the column chart into a card. You can see it's showing me the revenue for Northeast, which is 474.24 thousand. That's revenue for Northeast. So without using a DAX, that doesn't mean that you can't calculate it. Let's see how to get this value without using a DAX. If I want to get the value without using a DAX, all I need to do is to pick a card visuals, and I check the revenue. This is the total revenue, and I'll put a slicer, and I will check the region in a slicer. You see now, let's go and check the figure. If I pick Northeast here, I should have the same value. Do you understand? I should have the same value. But DAX was able to give me the value easily. I was able to get the value at once instead of going through the slicer. So that's how to use calculate DAX in Microsoft Power BI. Thank you for watching my video. My name is Akerele Oluwashogo.